Okay, next myth. For best results, plan on an internal implementation team. Honestly, team, I could have written this one both ways because this pendulum over the course of 20 years of software is it's better for an external team, it's better for an internal team. But right now, the winds of change are blowing in favor of internal teams. Here's the thing. A lot of times this decision is made in a bean counting way, which means that you're just doing, I don't know, the agency said they were going to cost this much, and then, but if we hired for that, it would be this, and then the health benefits, and the blah, blah, blah. So it's a bean counting choice, which misses a fundamental truth, and that is there are two types of technology people out there in the universe. There are your project types, and there are your steady state types. And they don't cross over, and you have to hire for one or the other. The project types, as you would imagine, are people who are very experienced in rolling out projects. They love the thrill of it. They love the being up to 1 in the morning at the project launch phase, the pressure, pressure, pressure. They're good with it. They like to do it. And they're very skilled at it because they've had the experience again and again. Usually you find these people at agencies, but more about that in a minute. And then you have your steady state types. These are more what you would call your product manager type, somebody who wants to be in charge of a software system, improve it, roll out, really take ownership and know a system. Well, you have to hire for one or the other. There's very little crossover in these two types. A lot of times, I've hired, I can't tell you how many tech teams I've hired on my own behalf and behalf of customers. A lot of times you find that people who are steady state types who are not honest with themselves because there's this fantasy of Silicon Valley and I want to do projects, and then they try to do it and they flame out. They're not equipped to handle it. They don't like it. They think they might like it and then they don't. Project people, the same thing. You put them in a steady state job and 2 months later they're out of there. So you have to hire for that. So here's what you need to look at. Put the bean counting aside for a minute. Are you a kind of a company where this, again, we're talking about platform rollout. Where this platform rollout is going to be the biggest project you're going to do for the next 3 years. Like this happens once every 3 years in your organization. If that's true, I would argue you get an external vendor who's good at rolling out projects, and then at the appropriate point you transition to a steady state team. If, on the other hand, you are in a company where there's a lot going on, where there's a lot of projects going on, you have a choice. You can either make a relationship with a vendor who's got project people all the time, or you can hire an internal team. But it's the steady state types versus the project types which is key in the success of this, not that one is better or more cost effective than another. All right, myth number 4.